Welcome back to the Woman of Wellness podcast. If it's your first time listening, I'm so glad to have you here. And if you are a regular listener, thank you so much for coming back. I'm your host, Elizabeth Dahl, and today we are going to be talking all about detoxing for health with a unique spin. So make sure you stay tuned for the episode. I have a couple announcements before we jump in. First of all, if you want deeper dives, more content, more strategy, motivation, support, any downloads that I talk about on these episodes, you need to be on our newsletter. You get a newsletter email once a week with more motivation, deeper dives on the podcast, updates on everything that we have going on to support you in your health, wellness, weight loss efforts, your relationship with food, your relationship with body, your habit, all of the above. Just go to awomanofwellness.com/newsletter. Once you're on there, you will receive an email each week with all of those extras. And that is going to be so valuable. And it's a totally free resource for you. So make sure you go get on the newsletter. I'm really excited. Last week, I sent out a habit tracker. We've got some more things coming. So just know that there's good stuff in the newsletter. It's good stuff. And you're going to want to check on it each week. Wednesdays is when I send it out. So get yourself on the newsletter. Okay, I have a second really exciting announcement. I feel like, well, I don't even feel like this is real life. Women's health is multifaceted, right? There's so much to it. There are so many layers. There are so many moving pieces to overall women's health, right? We could talk about nutrition and we could talk about fitness and we could talk about aging and hormones and lifestyle and all of that. And here's the deal. We're going to do it all. And I'm going to bring it all to you in one place. And we're calling it our Wellness Vault. And what I have a vision for this year is to bring some of the best experts in their field to teach you in different areas of women's health. Okay, this is really exciting. We're going to bring some of them on the podcast, and then they're going to be doing deeper dives for us and different masterclasses to help us go from not knowing much about it to being an expert, to being able to dive into hormones and aging and strength training and nutrition and macros and gut health. And oh my goodness, I already have a really awesome lineup of speakers. I'm so excited for you guys to listen in. But here's the deal. We are going to open this vault a little bit early with some of my best trainings and masterclasses for you. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. The masterclass vault is going to open at a very special intro price for you. Okay. And it's going to have my 6 weeks to weight loss, full training. This is a big deal. All the training you need if you are wanting to create sustainable weight loss without dieting, without restriction. I'm also going to include my Achieve Any Goal program in there as well. And so if you have a goal that you want to work on this year, if weight loss is your goal, there's going to be a couple other masterclasses that are going to be a surprise in there as well. Those are going to be available to you now. And once you join the vault, you get lifetime access from all of the masterclasses that are going to come in that vault so that you can access all of those expert masterclasses, learn from them, all of that. So it's going to be really amazing. I'm really excited. And I'm offering $20 off for our first round of joining. And then you get everything after that. You get access to everything. All of the experts that I bring in, you will have lifetime access to. So if you want to join us, go to awomanofwellness.com/masterclass. You can learn more details, learn more. I'll be sharing more on Instagram and when things are going to be happening and all of that. But just know it's coming. I'm excited for it. And it's going to help you in your big picture vision journey, right? Our goal here is to become a woman of wellness. And there's so many pieces that go into that and things that you're trying to work on and learn. And I want to be able to put it in one place for you so that you don't feel overwhelmed. You don't feel like you have to go searching the internet for this information. I really hope you enjoy it. So if you want to join us, if it's still the wait list, I'm still working on a few tweaks, but if it's still the wait list, Just know that if you're on the wait list, you will get access. You'll get an email first thing when it's ready. And if it's ready when you listen, then you can join right away. Hey, thank you for listening to my updates. I'm really excited about them. I hope you are too. I think we've got a lot of great things coming this year for you to support you as you live your lifestyle as Owen Wellness. So let's jump into the episode now. Okay, it's the beginning of the year at the time that I'm recording this, and I've seen a few influencers or people on the internet promoting detoxes for the new year. And I thought, okay, this is good because I wanna put my own little spin on it, okay? I wanna put my own little spin on it, and change the way that we think of detoxes. But first, we have to define what a detox is. So I bet when I said detox, you probably had something come to your mind, right? A very specific, like, idea. And what a detox really is it's removing toxic substances or qualities. That's the definition. I looked up the definition, okay? Or what we might consider a cleansing, right? So if you're doing a detox, you're cleansing, and lots of them are physical detoxes, right? Like we're cleansing our our guts. That's the worst word I could use. We're cleansing our insides. And here's what we know about detoxing. Okay. When you detox your body, you fully cleanse, right? Think about that. When you detox, you any system of detoxing, right? Juicing and all of that. Let's go physical for right now. Any system of detoxing, you fully cleanse your body. If you've ever done a detox, you know what that means. I'm not going to go into detail, right? Here's what we also know. If we want that cleanse to keep, right, or stay, there are some things you need to do. So if you're cleansing your body and detoxing your body, and then you go and eat a bunch of junk food, that doesn't really keep that cleanse there, right? If you reintroduce those quote toxic substances, whatever you were trying to clean out, well, then you need a method of continual cleansing, right? A detox is a cycle. And so often we think of detoxes, especially in the weight loss, physical health space, is like, I'm going to detox and that's that, right? But the reality is our bodies, we have to eat. Our bodies are a cycle, right? Things are cyclical in physical health as well. And you need a method of being able to kind of keep that cleaning happening, right? It's a cycle. It's not a one-time event. We know that one big detox probably won't do a whole lot in the big picture, but consistent detoxing or supporting that detox, right? So if you detox your body and now you're filling it with those nourishing foods, it's going to keep you where you want to go, right? Okay, so are we all on the same page here? Because we're going to make a shift now. Now we're going to make a little bit of a shift. I want to talk about mental detoxing today. The things that you say and believe about yourself and your abilities can be toxic. I'm going to say that again. The things that you say and think about yourself and your abilities can be toxic. And they have the potential to destroy your ability to change. Because when we keep bringing in the toxic substances, it doesn't give us an opportunity to cleanse, right? We keep bringing these in. And I believe that no matter where you are in your wellness journey, we all have some mental detoxing to do, okay? We all have some mental detoxing to do. And one of the things that I teach all the women in my programs, if you are in a program of mine or if you get coached by me, you have heard this before. It's your stories and your beliefs about your ability to make a change, whether it's weight loss, sticking to your habits, your relationship with food, your relationship with body. It all comes from the stories that you tell yourself and the beliefs that you have surrounding those stories about your ability to change or about who you are, right? Oh, I'm a failure. I just always do this. This is just who I am. I always lose control around food. I always overeat. I never, right? We have all these stories that come in, and these are toxic because they don't allow us to heal. They don't allow us to change. So today, I want to walk you through a dialogue to help you identify toxic thoughts that are holding you back from being able to create change and being able to step into your vision of a woman of wellness and learn how to mentally detox from them and learn how to continually detox, right? Remember that detoxing is a cycle. We have to identify some of those toxic substances that come in and continually work on that. And over time, those toxic substances are going to lessen, right? We're not going to allow as many of those in. Okay, so before I jump into this dialogue, if you want this dialogue plus more tips, we're going to go deeper. Make sure you're subscribed to the newsletter first, okay? It's going to be going out this week. So, podcast release on Monday, newsletter goes out on Wednesday, okay? So make sure you subscribe to the newsletter, awomanofwellness.com/newsletter, and you're going to get this dialogue that you can just print out and follow along, as well as more guidance, more tips if you struggle with this, okay? Well, let's talk about it. Let's jump in. First, identify an action or outcome you can't seem to achieve, okay? So it could be something like weight loss, consistency with exercise, control over food. So take a minute to just think, what is an action or an outcome that you're stuck on? You keep repeating the cycle of failure and you can't get there. Let's just identify one. I know there's probably more, but let's identify one. Okay. From there, I want you to identify the toxic thought, or we might consider it an unhelpful, right? Not supportive thought. What is the toxic thought? And it usually starts with, I never or I am, right? I never can get control. Or I am a failure. I am an overeater. I am lazy. I can't seem to, right? It's usually a very negative start. This is too hard. What is the toxic thought that is associated with the action or outcome you want? So I want to give you an example. Let's just take an example through, but you have your own. So let's just say overeating or binging. You can't seem to get control over food. Okay. So the toxic thought is, I can't get control over food. I am someone that loses control over food, right? So you've created this habit loop, like, okay, I am that person. So of course, that's the action that I'm going to take is I can't control it. Okay. Number 3. And again, this is simple. I'm going to expand a little bit more in the newsletter, but we just want to make it basic, right? And then if you want to go deeper, that's what the newsletter's for, and that's what that dialogue will be there for. But I want you to identify, what do I want to be true for me? Okay, so you have this toxic thought. Now, what is it that you want? And before you do that, I want you to insert some self-compassion here. Don't worry about all the times you've failed in the past, okay? Let's not worry about that. Let's insert some self-compassion first. And then ask yourself, what do I want to be true for me? I want to feel confident and safe around food. Or I want to be able to listen to my body and stop when I'm full. Whatever that is for you, what do you want to be true for you? And now you're going to create that new mental thought loop. Okay? So let's do another example here for a minute. I told you on the podcast a little while ago that I signed up for a Spartan race, which is like a pretty high level obstacle course race. And it's kind of been one of those far, like, distant goals of my life. I'm like, oh, that'd be really cool. But I've never just like stepped into it, you know? And so I just have never like, oh, I have to be able to do like climbing a rope or climbing a wall. And I've never done that before. Okay. And so I have this kind of like hold back of like, well, I can't climb a rope, so I can't run the Spartan race, right? And that toxic thought is like, I'm not strong enough, or, I'm just not like committed enough. Any of those toxic thoughts. And then I insert self-compassion and say, yeah, but what if it was possible for me? What do I want to be true for me? I can be a finisher of the Spartan race. I can be a finisher. And when I say that, it changes my actions. Okay? It changes my actions. If I know that I can be a finisher, then I make choices to do my best because I have self-compassion to do my best to practice it and do what I need to do, right? Maybe I need to find a workout plan, someone that maybe can give me one, right? If you didn't know what you were doing. Let me give you another example. I can't live a healthy lifestyle and be a mother. I'm too busy, right? It's overwhelming. I can't do both. I can't take care of myself and others. Well, so we feel like we're overwhelmed, right? You can't seem to achieve your own health and wellness because kids are priority or whatever. So the toxic thought is like, it's just too hard. It's just too hard for me to be healthy and do this, or working mom, or whatever you want to say, right? And so we've created this. But what do we want to be true for me? I want to show my kids that I can be healthy and fit and be the best mom ever. Self-compassion, right? Or I often get a lot of like, if I don't do it now scenarios where it's like, well, if I don't figure it out now, then I'm a failure, right? But what do I want to be true for me? I know that I can figure this out. I can work on this. I can do things that will take me closer. Those are the 3 steps that I want you to, the basic steps. If you want more, well, it'll be in the newsletter, but the basic steps are identify that outcome that you want or the action that you want to perform. Then find out those toxic thoughts that are coming in that are holding you back. From there, insert some self-compassion and insert what you want to be true for you. Because the truth about detoxing is that it's an ongoing process. And you know that, right? We understand that. It requires awareness. So I want to challenge you today to identify your toxic thoughts this week and use the tools you've learned today to detox them. Okay? Take those toxic thoughts that are holding you back and turn them into action. Turn them into self-compassion and action. And again, you can use the handout that I'll have in the newsletter if you are wanted. If you would like to like have it visible, because it is really helpful if you see it and know, okay, I recognize this thought, because sometimes we don't even recognize the thoughts. So it's really important to identify the pain point first, right? The pain point is, I can't get this. And then we connect it with the toxic thought. That's how we become aware of it. And then we change that thought. So we have to identify the toxic thought first in order to be able to change it. Okay? Okay, you have some work to do today. I hope that episode was helpful. Just a reminder, if you enjoy this episode, if you like these episodes and you want to go deeper and you want to open up the floodgates to support your health as a woman of wellness, I'm going to be sharing more in-depth trainings, more masterclasses, bringing in experts to help you create real change in your life, because we all know that listening to a podcast is scratching the surface, right? It's good information. And then we want to take it and go deeper and make some real lasting change. So you can learn more at awomanofwellness.com/masterclass. And I will be back next week with another episode.